Hello, Aquarius! Welcome to your past love reading for December and January. So, I wanted to do this for you. It's specifically for people who are interested in a person from their past. Someone who they could have been in a relationship, or it was just like a connection, but it felt like, something's gonna end up. That you're gonna end up in a relationship and then maybe nothing happened really, and you are wondering what are the chances, what are they thinking, what are feeling, what's blocking them. We're gonna look at all of that. We're gonna have a look at their side of things, where the situation stands at the moment, what's blocking them, what was blocking them, what are they feeling, thinking, doing towards you, the messages that they have towards you, and what's the possible outcome. The possible steps that they're gonna take in the next 2 months. If you are interested in a private reading with me and maybe similar one to what I'm doing here now, all the details, how to contact me, ask about this personal reading are in the description down below. So let's get started. Let's start with this oracle card. We have lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Okay, so this is telling me that this could be a repetitive pattern with this person that you're thinking about. You could have been in a relationship with them before. It could be also your soulmate. So you are connected. That's why there is this energy that acknowledges that this has happened before at some point. It could be also, it could be already you going back and forth with that person. Maybe that's not the first time that you're trying to make this happen and it's not working. Let's have a look at the situation. We're gonna know a little bit more there. So let's have a look at the current situation. We have 4 of Cups. Okay. We have the Star. So Aquarius, your energy here. And we have the karmic release. This card is specific to this deck that I'm using. So let's have a look. Yeah. So this card, especially in a past position, is telling me that, again, this has happened before. It could be a connection that is very difficult to let go of, but I feel like there was this ending before. We have this beautiful deer that is letting those butterflies out of their mouth, which talks about, releasing that very intense energy and that creating change and transformation. And karmic release, this tells me that you've possibly been in like a karmic cycle. It doesn't have to be, I'm not saying that this person is a karmic partner for you. It's just there is a connection that is repeating. There are certain probably patterns and behaviors that could be repeating in that relationship, and I feel like you had your ending before, and I feel like there was an ending, and there was an ending that looks like kind of like a culmination point. I'm not gonna lie. Looking at the cards here, what I'm seeing is that this person at the moment, even though that there are opportunities in their life, first of all, to possibly come back to you, or entertain someone else, I feel like they're not even in a place to do so. I feel like they're not interested in it. I feel like they don't want to take that step towards that connection at the moment. I feel like they don't see the future of that connection. And I'm not saying because there is no potential between two of you. I feel like there is. It's because they're not ready to do that. That's their side. We have the Star, which is, you see, like they're looking at those opportunities, and we can see that this opportunity links to you, and that's the cup that, cup of love that they could potentially offer you, but they're not doing it. They're just looking very they have this like empty gaze towards the future. I feel like they just don't see it happening. They're not ready to do that. They don't have the capacity to do that yet. We also have those 3 cups here, which in this case to me also could represent that there is some they may be interested in something else at this moment in life. And with the 3 cups being here and 3 cups representing, friends, partying, celebrations, having fun, that kind of thing, I also feel like that this could be the situation where this is what they have in life and they're not really seeing themselves changing at the moment to be able to connect with you. They don't want to take that chance. They don't want to take that opportunity to connect with you. They need some more healing and they need some time. With the star energy, this is something that, tells me that there needs to be work done on their part, but it also shows me that this could potentially be something. It can happen, but in more distant future rather than now. They may be also just generally unhappy in their life. I feel like the fact that they are not with you is not making them obviously happy, but they also know that they cannot be with you. I also feel like if they were the type of person who was, going out a lot, partying and all that stuff, I feel like this doesn't make them happy anymore. They just recognize that there is something that needs to be changed in their life. There needs to be change that needs to happen. There needs to be this healing. But I feel like it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. They're not there yet. They may feel a little bit, down at the moment. But that's a phase that needs to happen for them to recognize what's wrong. So let's have a look at the blocks. What's blocking them, or what was blocking them from this connection, and what was the issue? We have the Goddess, Hedonist, and Rebel. Okay, this is very straightforward, and it's also confirming what I've been seeing here. We have the cards that represent that shadow of a person who cares a lot about pleasure, joy, and fun. They could take life very, lightly, maybe too lightly. They can also be those people who enjoy things a little bit too much. So it could be too much alcohol, too much partying, spending a lot of money, going after those like very material pleasures and not seeing any depth in relationships, craving that very shallow entertainment and joy and connection. Yeah, it literally says persist pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others, and that's what I'm seeing here. I feel like they were possibly doing that. With the rebel energy here, it tells me that they have different vision of how the love should look like and relationships should look like, and maybe they're against any traditional structures if it comes to relationships. Maybe they weren't feeling like they didn't want a stable long-term monogamous relationship. Maybe they are into something else. Maybe they want to meet with more people, and they don't want marriage, they don't want stable relationships, they want to be free, or at least that's how they felt back then, and that's why they couldn't connect with you. They couldn't do that with you, because even though they probably felt something towards you, because we do see very deep soul connection here, so there is this feeling and there is this connection between two of you, but because of that, they're kind of refusing to do anything about it. I feel like they're very, very slowly waking up and realizing that here, and realize that there is a little bit of light that needs to come through to their life in order for them to feel more whole, and not just craving that the very simple material, not very healthy pleasure in life. And this also talks about, you know, getting to that point where nothing makes you happy anymore. So whatever that was that, you know, they were really excited about, and they were maybe overusing some of these things that they were craving, and at this point they just don't feel that excitement and joy anymore. It doesn't make them happy, and being without you doesn't make them happy. In that they are in a little bit dark place at the moment. So let's have a look at what they are thinking. Oh. We have 9 of Swords. Yeah, it literally, the title of this card is Overwhelmed Sea Turtle. And that's what I'm feeling. I feel like they don't know what to do about it. They don't know what to do about this connection. I feel like they feel strongly for you, but this makes them scared and overwhelmed. Look at this little turtle here, and those crashing waves. I feel like this is, at this moment in time in their life, this is too much for them. They don't know yet how to handle those emotions. They have healing in front of them, and that's what they need to focus on. That's what they need to do. They need to heal that. They're worried about this connection. They're worried. They don't know how to approach you. They don't know what to do about this connection. They are overwhelmed. They are overwhelmed, and I feel like that also can cause that, you know, feeling like they won't do anything, because they just freeze out of all of that. It's just too much, and when it's too much, some people cannot take the action, and instead they freeze in place and they just don't do anything. And I feel like that could be the situation where they're at, where they remove themselves from the world. That's what I'm feeling. From this relationship, and also from whatever was making them happy before. I feel like that's not the case anymore. And suddenly a lot of thoughts and emotions are surfacing here for that person. Everything that they've been kind of avoiding and not really wanting to face, it's coming up, and it's just a lot. It's too much for them. So let's have a look at what they're doing towards that connection. We have 8 of Swords, a lot of swords here, which represents that they struggle mentally with that connection. They are worried. They're thinking about it a lot. So what they're doing, I feel like they're not really doing much on the outside. You don't see a lot of action from them, but they are stuck on you. They are thinking about that relationship. They're thinking about that connection. They're thinking about you. The problem is they don't really see the way out of it. They don't see the solution to that problem. How to get back together. What to do to, you know, make this right. I feel like they are absolutely, they just can't see positive future at the moment. And with the 4 of Cups, it could be because they are going through something, you know, more difficult. They need to deal with healing themselves first, and dealing with that. And that's not a place to reconnect with you, at least at that point of time. So they would want to, but they don't have the strength to fight at the moment. They just don't see another solution to this, and they're not really trying to search for it. They just feel like, you know, this can't happen at the moment. I feel like that's how they're thinking about you, to getting back together. And maybe that is something that you think as well. Maybe you realize that they're not ready yet. Maybe you are not ready yet. However, if you felt, you know, if you are wondering if they're gonna come back, and if that could work, I feel like probably not at the moment. but it doesn't mean it's not gonna happen, because I do see that very deep connection that you both have, and that could not be, you know, the end of it, but maybe it is. We're gonna see. So what they're feeling towards you. We have the World. Okay. So with the World and with this karmic release here, I feel like they are possibly trying to let this go, no matter how they feel towards you. I feel like maybe they feel like this has run its course. This needs to end. That they cannot do it. This is, you know, it's time to end this. And I feel like they may feel like you're better off without them. That's what I feel like they're saying here, because we have the World card. I feel like maybe they have some kind of hopes for long term. I mean, I feel like they may hope that in the future, at some point, maybe there will be a chance for you to reconnect, and that things will go right, and that finally you will have that positive ending and positive outcome. But I feel like for the time being, I feel like they want to keep it. I feel like they may want to keep themselves separate from you, purely because there is a lot that they need to deal with at the moment. And I feel like they consider this as the best solution for both of you. With the World card, this tells me that, you know, they feel like not going back to you at this moment, it's in your highest good and in their highest good. So there is quite a bit of indication here, at least for me, that this person, for the time being, needs to focus on themselves, and that there was this disconnection with you guys, and that it needed to happen for them to do their work. And I feel like they are still deep in the middle of it. So let's see what are the messages that they want to tell you. This can relate, take whatever resonates with you. Maybe not all of the messages will apply to your situation. Maybe all of those we'll see. I owe you an apology. Yeah, so they definitely recognize that there was something that they've done to you that was not fair, and they see it. So if their, you know, way of behaving and maybe indulging too much in different things affected you and affected that relationship, they acknowledge it and they apologize for that. Forget about me, we're finished. So I feel like, and then we have it's you, it's always been you. Yeah, so I think this just confirms what I was feeling with this situation. They do feel connection with you. They feel like, you know, you are their person. And there is something beautiful that could possibly be between two of you. But I feel like for the time being, they are not capable of doing that. They're not capable of being with you. They cannot give you what you need. They cannot be who you want them to be. And they recognize that they're not who they want themselves to be. So I don't feel like this is a time or place to do it. So let's have a look at the outcome for December and January. Maybe it's going to show, you know, the actions that they're going to take or what's going to happen there. Let's see. We have the Sacred Heart. Okay, this is also a specific card specific to this deck. Let me pull some clarifiers here. Why do we have this Sacred Heart as the outcome? why do we have sacred card as the outcome for Aquarius? Let me have a look here. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Not there yet. Not there yet. With the Knight of Swords in this situation. Okay, one sec. Okay. So with the Sacred Heart here, what I'm seeing here is this need for healing and change. With the White Roses, this to me represents kind of like death energy a little bit. Change in love and needs to happen. And someone needs to recognize that and recognize that love that they have. However, the problem with that person is we have 8 of Swords again. We have 8 of Swords here in what they're doing. And we have 9 of Wands and the Knight of Swords. This is telling me that they are not ready to make that change yet. They are working on it. They are pushing through. They are tired. They recognize that there is a lot that they need to face. They have difficulty facing that. Changing the way they perceive relationships and love and what they're how they behave in relationships. And I feel like they're a little bit running away from it at the moment and not really being ready to face you and face that relationship and face that learning and working on their emotional side. So I feel like you're not gonna really see much of them in the next 2 months, or like development between two of you, because first they need to be ready to even face themselves and their problems before they can face you. So this is it. I know it's a deep one with the past love. Usually, very often the readings like that uncover a lot of issues and sometimes messages that we maybe don't want to hear, or that's not what you were hoping for. But just remember that this is also for 2 months. That's not like energy, and it's not set in stone. Also, it's a general reading. Things can be different in your particular situation, and if you want to do a reading where we look at your energy and energy of your person in particular, just drop me an email. All of the information is in the description down below. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing the next one in 2 months, so we're gonna have a look at the situation then. Maybe there will be a little, maybe there will be changes in how this person feels about love and relationship and feels about you, and we're gonna have a look if they have changed or grown a little bit. Thank you so much for watching Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and giving me and this video a thumbs up, or dropping in a comment if that's your story. I love reading your comments. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.